It's wine time. Добрый день всем, кто любит вино, всем, кто хочет полюбить вино. Меня зовут Леша Дмитриев, я сомелье. И сегодня у нас исторический момент. Gaia Gaja у нас в гостях согласилась снять с нами замечательный эпизод. У нас секретное вино от меня. And this wine is yours. Yeah? This is a Barbaresco 1990 that was brought also by Christina from Dalmart, who's around. So we'll be speaking English tonight. And the first question I have for you is a nice informal tasting. First, let's pour my secret wine.
Can be only informal at midnight. Midnight tasting.
It's midnight right now. Midnight. I mean, this is crazy.
Please, informal.
Very light and easy. So, just a small question from the start.
Wow.
And I wanted to ask you today during the tasting, but there were too many questions, and I've seen that you were a little bit tired already by the end, but you were happy to answer all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot right now. When I tell you childhood, yeah, what are the aromas that come into your mind? That, for example, for me, it was the aroma of cooked strawberry. And my grandma took a big bowl, strawberry, some sugar, and she made a homemade jam. And now I can find this aroma in some Pinot Noirs. So do you have something that associates with childhood for you?
Nothing that associates really with wine. If I think of aroma and things that I was eating when I was little, very simple. I remember bread with butter and anchovies.
Yeah. How old were you? 6, 5?
3, 4, 5, childhood. Memory of, because in Piemonte we don't have olive trees.
Uh-huh.
So in Piemonte people never used olive oil, always used the butter. So there was a lot of butter. Now because it's healthy to have olive oil, we use olive oil. But my memory is butter. Bread, butter, anchovies, beautiful. Bread, butter, sugar, beautiful. Eggs with sugar, shaked. Do you do
nice.
that?
Yeah.
Yolk.
Yeah, we do it nice.
Yeah, these are the things I was eating when
But the
I was
butter you can find. You can find some Chardonnays which were oak aged,
Yeah.
some Burgundy ones.
Also chestnut. And sometimes into wine I find this perfume of chestnut.
Even in Gaia and Raid, your white, you can find some butter as well, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Who cooks in your family the most right now? And what is your favorite dish when a big family comes to the big table? And of course, I don't know, whether you have your wines or you drink something else. What is the main dish which is in the center of the table?
Yeah, but in the family the cook is my mother. My father, he doesn't cook. Despite when he has the dish in front of you, he can always tell you too much salt. Too much cooked.
He likes to judge, but
yes, he judges, but he doesn't cook.
I see.
The cook is my mother. My mother is a mother, a wife, a cook, a businesswoman. She wakes up at 6 o'clock, washes the vegetable, prepares them for lunch.
You're lucky, huh?
Mm. So in fact, I don't live with my parents anymore, but lunch is at home with my mother.
So what is the dish which is you really all the family likes? Is there a dish or?
Yeah, there is rabbit. Rabbit is typical that we have in Piemonte, and for me is my favorite dish. We make. I tell you the recipe. You take a rabbit, you smash it.
Yeah. Poor rabbit, huh? You smash the rabbit. This is the recipe. You put some Barbaresco on the top, and it's gonna be nice sauce.
No,
really?
Yes, you take some olive oil, some garlic, some rosemary. You roast everything. Then you take your rabbit, you put into it. You roast on one side. When it's starting to stick on the pan, you turn on the other side. You roast it. When it starts to stick again, you take 1 glass of Barbaresco. Has to be a good Barbaresco, because that's a secret recipe. You put into the rabbit, and then you put very down the fire, and you make it cook very, very slowly. And when it's sticking again, bit of Barbaresco again. Simple.
Very nice.
You cook 45 minutes.
And you use Barbaresco even for desserts, for everything. Yeah?
We make yes. This is and then when you have dessert, beautiful. You have to try raw strawberries.
Raw strawberries with
Barbaresco.
Oh, nice. So we have the first wine in the glass. If you don't mind, let's taste it. I wanted to ask you: do you have a special technique, or you just like all the people do? You analyze the color, then the smell, then the taste.
That's
nothing special, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. The color seems to be a very transparent color.
Yeah.
Quite light.
But do you see some bricky, so I would say that tile red? Or it's not ruby red, it's not garnet, it's more
You're right. It's not like purple, like maybe a Merlot or a Cabernet can be. This is a red that looks a bit orangey.
So already it means that it's aged, right? For quite some time.
Can be, yeah.
Okay, let's sniff it.
But that's because you're not white. That's because you tanned. You know what I mean?
No.
That's
It's because
that's where you
white.
get the orange from. That's what I'm saying.
here is tanned, here is white. So.
Yeah.
And actually, it's Michael, my friend, by the way. Who's helping us with the cameras.
Helping very much. My God.
Okay, so analyze the smell.
This smell, it's interesting already. It's not because it's not banal.
Yeah, I agree.
No, it's something intriguing. There is not a perfume that I can immediately catch.
I like that you said that Nebbiolo grape is not for loud companies, not for big crowds. It's for maybe for some romantic place when you can enjoy it in a slow.
It's a book that you have to
motion.
read.
Because it develops, and you can. For me, today I tasted your wines and I said, okay, this tasting will be for 1 hour and a half. I really need like half an hour for each bottle, like a stenograpist, You sniff and you write down, you sniff and write down. So here we have pretty much the same situation, yeah?
This is particular, like this has a perfume that is, there are some aromatic herbs perfume.
Herbs, yes.
Yeah, like when you go in the mountains, there are some bitter herbs that you use to make amaro. Are all these bitter herbs, and it reminds me of bitter herbs.
But maybe maybe already some hints of dried tomatoes. Some plum.
Plum, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
This can be Nebbiolo.
It can be everything.
I'm looking at your face, trying to find some.
We still filming? No?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Quinine. You know what is quinine?
Quinine? No.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an English word.
Quinine.
Quinine. Like chinotto is made with quinine. It's a bitter root.
Okay. It's not very popular in Ukraine, quinine, right?
Ну, когда в тонике он есть, вот в Индии его добавили, то есть джин с тоником, чтобы он спасал, to protect you from malaria.
Some licorice, no?
Yeah.
Small. So
protects you to malaria.
Maybe it reminds you of Nebbiolo, right?
It does.
It does, huh?
Is he filming?
Is he filming?
I am.
He is filming.
Well, then let me say that I find the perfume of quinine. This bitter root.
So you're okay with malaria then? So yeah, if you want to be okay, just drink this wine then.
So I already found it bitter herbs, which it's typical of Nebbiolo. Yes. I already found it quinine, which is typical of Nebbiolo. There is plum.
Yes.
Which is typical of Nebbiolo.
I said maybe some dried tomatoes, maybe somewhere flying around.
Absolutely, dry tomato.
Let's taste it, huh?
Yeah.
I don't have, usually I spit during the show, but tonight we will enjoy it because these are great wines.
And we can spit on the and we can
thank you for coming.
Floor.
Some small toast for the first glass. You can feel, okay, is it dry? Totally dry.
I can find the tannins all over my tongue from the point to the end. So the texture of this wine can be Nebbiolo, but I'm a little bit worried to say Nebbiolo because I'm a little bit scared. If it's possible to make a Nebbiolo like this outside from Piedmont, I hope it's from Piedmont.
Usually when you have the blind tasting, even I don't know. I know you in the wine industry for a long time. You were born in one of the greatest wine family, yeah. And okay, I've been tasting wines for quite some time. But when you really know the grape, I don't know. You have to taste 1,000 wines, So at least you can say which part of it's a European wine, which part of Europe, grape. I don't know. If we guess it's going to be good, but if not, it's okay. But we describe the aroma. The taste is really tannic. It's dry. You can still realize that it can age for 5, maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Has a good potential. On the palate you have
I find a feel in the nose, the palate. I find a little bit quite alcohol. Probably can be around.
Like you know, you have sour cherries, aftertaste of sour cherries. Also some plummy stuff going on. In general, you like this wine, or no?
I do.
Don't say you do because I brought you something good, but maybe I brought you some, you know, some tricky stuff. Okay, this wine.
I like this wine.
Really needs the dish, right? You will not drink a lot by yourself.
No,
without
because you
food.
have these tannins that without food would be too aggressive.
We have Christina. What do you think about this wine? You've tasted it?
I have. I think I agree with all that you're saying, that it has all these Nebbiolo characteristics, but I don't quite think it is very typical. I mean, I think there's something about it that indicates a lot of sun, a lot of heat. So what you're saying about the dried tomatoes, I would never find that in a typical Nebbiolo from Piemonte. So for me, it indicates that we're in a different, I don't know, my indication would be a different hemisphere. It's a lot of sun, maybe a little bit different soil. It's a little bit of a dark horse.
I find it alcohol level that is quite present.
The alcohol level is much higher than I would have expected.
So, it's time to tell the truth, my friends.
Reveal the cards.
Reveal the cards. Ladies and gentlemen, let me proudly represent this wine. You will love it, I'm telling you.